I like how we all assumed that the women you're dating are significantly younger than you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're not. They're not. I have an issue with each generation. Don't you worry. I have my.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 9 of Comedian Catch Up. I am your host, Nick Rado. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember to subscribe, like, share, do all the things you got to do to keep this show going. With me today, ladies and gentlemen, I have my two favorite comics from around the world. Yes, we have one in the place known as Los Angeles. We've got JJ Whitehead, and also the Los Angeles of New Zealand from Caddy. It's Ben Hurley, everybody. This is a real treat. JJ's in LA, originally from Canada, but we met, I think, in the UK and also in New Zealand. So
Yeah.
How is it being in one spot, and what's been happening over the last week for you?
Yeah, that's just it. I've never been in one spot, but I don't know. I've been amongst the Americans now. I feel like I'm reporting from. I've been amongst the Americans now for 4 years, and they are as fucked up as you've heard. And everybody's in California here is loosening up beyond recommendation now. It's gone from, because of course masks were recommended and all this, and some of them were flouting that kind of stuff. But now it's getting insane. Now people are having pool parties and beach parties. Wow. And Americans they just seem to think it's about their freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're wrong. Maybe the virus can't touch ignorance. I don't know.
I saw someone on the news in America. I think it was Florida actually, and there was all these people on the beach, and they said, "Why aren't you, social distancing?" And she goes, "Oh, look, I just don't want to do it anymore. Like, we're all sick of it. I just don't want to do it." And I'm like, America's fighting the virus, like, we're just going, we're bored of it now, so we're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the virus is like, what is it? A New Year's resolution, and people have gone, I mean, I meant well at the beginning.
I tried it for a while, yeah.
A month in, but
Yeah, I'm going. It's like dry July. I'm going to go virus-free July.
Yeah,
just 1 month.
I'll give it a shot.
I've noticed people being friendlier, which is fine, but every day I go for a run around my neighborhood and everybody wants to wave to me, and that's it's just I wasn't planning on. Like, it's not arm day. I'm going, hey, g'day, yeah, okay, hello, okay, yep. So,
Wow. Wow, what a problem.
Yes.
I'm out for my run and I gotta wave. Wow, you guys have really got it crushed in New Zealand. The fact that this has climbed to the top of Hurley's issues. Every now and then I gotta wave.
Ben, we shouldn't be bothering JJ with our level 1 problems.
Ben, you gotta start running with your just start running with your arms strapped down. Yeah, no doubt. I think you guys are quite lucky because I don't think there's been a kind phase here in America. I would say that it's rare that, because even through your mask, because there's no reason why you can't talk to people from 6 feet away, and our grocery stores aren't that busy, but if you're in there, man, if you are in there and you just like turn to them and say something simple like, "Oh yeah, it's the last chocolate ice cream," or whatever, and they'll run. I mean, maybe they even think you're crazy even without the mask if you started saying things like that. Maybe I should rethink how I'm approaching my grocery shopping. Stop mentioning things to people, just leave them alone.
And so I went to my local cafe in the weekend, and I get there and I got the kids, and we order our food, and it's really busy, and it's taking ages. It's taking a long, long time.
Right.
And like the kids are starting to get a bit ratty, but you're trying to be kind and you're trying to be tolerant in these times. So I didn't say anything. After about 25 minutes, I went in and bought just like a muffin out of the cabinet.
Yeah.
Give the kids something to eat. And then I swear it was 45 minutes and our food arrives. And the waitress, she comes and she goes, oh, look, I'm so sorry for the wait. And I said, don't worry, it's okay. And she puts the food down. The kids are ravenous. They're just about to dive in. She goes, yeah. I said, oh, you look quite busy. And she goes, yeah, we've only got one chef on and he's not feeling very well. And I'm just like, stop. No, kids, can you just stop? And she goes, oh, don't worry, it's not. And she does this, it's not COVID. Right?
Oh my God.
Okay. So what is it? And she goes, I think it's just stomach problems. And I went, that's worse. That's worse.
Yeah. The person preparing my food has E. coli?
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least it's not COVID.
Yeah.
I said, look, I don't know if we can eat this food. And she's like, oh, no, don't worry about it. He's just got a headache. I went, hang on. It was stomach problems a second ago. I've never said this in my life. And I felt like my mother. But I said, I'm going to have to talk to the manager.
Did the manager say, don't worry, he's only been feeling sick after he ate a muffin?
Yeah.
Got a muffin out of the cupboard. And
she goes, oh, well, I'll refund you. I went, honestly, I'm that hungry. It's been 45 minutes, so I'm just going to take my chances.
So you did it. So you warned your kids off of it, but you're like, I'm digging in. I'll get sick. And in the end, you were fine.
Yeah.
It was 2 days ago. I'm fine at the moment.
In New Zealand, the bars opened last week, so we had our first weekend just gone, and so New Zealand might be employing this thing called Pash Police. We're stopping people from hooking up to spread COVID.
In order to get that first kiss in public, you have to kind of you have to really be getting along, and you have to go, okay, here's our plan, right? We've been together for 3 years. You know, we live in Parramatta, is it, or whatever? We live over there, and okay, all right, let's do it. Let's have our first kiss, and we're ready. We got our asses covered.
Our Prime Minister is, she was asked recently by, I think, a radio host who Nick and I know, a guy called Bryce Casey.
Yeah.
Asked her, now that the laws are relaxing a little bit, what's kind of the protocol around dating and around, meeting somebody new. And she said, well, as long as there's not more than 10 of you, then it's fine.
Oh, man. Imagine being the 11th person in the orgy.
Yeah.
This guy. Oh, Dave, you're going to have to sit this one out, mate. Oh.
Or worse being subbed out for the guy who comes in 11th. I go, I prefer to have him, to be honest.
Man.
Are you guys allowed bubble families yet? Is that a thing? Because in Canada, you're allowed one other family. So it's a 2-family bubble.
Right.
Is the rule. I don't understand how they expand, because you can't go to 3 after that, because the other family's a 2. So it's got to be a 4, I guess. But anyway, it's causing lots of trouble.
Yeah, what's classed as a family? Because like a mafia is a family. So
yeah,
that's cool.
I tried that argument with my parents, and they aren't having it. They were so Canadian.
Did both families have to agree? Like, because
families, everybody coordinates it. I don't think you can just drop in. And that would be great if you could just drop in on some family going, guess what? We've decided to claim you as our bubble family.
Yeah. Hey, Kim, Kanye.
Dibs.
As a single guy, Jay, has the term bubble worthy come about? Like you meet a girl and you have to decide whether she's bubble worthy or not.
No, but I think you've coined it well. I think it's just, we just talk risk worthy, because we're like, all right, well, is it time to throw caution to the wind?
Dominic Cummings, who is the chief aide to Boris Johnson. Now, he got in trouble because he was basically the one who set all the rules in the UK of what you can and can't, you're not allowed to do with the coronavirus in terms of being in lockdown and so on and so forth. Now, he got in trouble because I just want to get this right. He drove 264 miles from London to his parents' estate in Durham. He also then admitted that he made a separate trip after his family's isolation period to Bernard Castle, a beauty spot 30 miles away, which he claimed was necessary to check if his eyesight was good enough for the long drive back to London.
That was his excuse? Wow. I mean, that just sounds like a British politician to me. They're always do as I say, not as I do, aren't they? They've all got little seedy things in the background. So I don't know. I just saw everybody getting angry. It's one of the few stories that I have actually had trouble deciphering exactly what happened. Like you clarified it. You clarified it more than any British people I know, because all I know is that British people are angry, like over the top angry at this guy. So
Oh, that's how I found it, because I had to piece it together, because they were
That's-
just like
yeah,
going, and there would just be like angry words and rants, but all like the only common thread was just Cummings. Now it's very hard to
Yeah.
type in Cummings and get the right answer.
yeah, that's another issue too. Yeah.
I think the guy's biggest crime up until now was that he has a striking similarity to Phil Collins. He looks a lot like Phil Collins.
He should have used that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. It was Phil Collins. hashtag it was Phil Collins.
They should play him coming when he came out of his house and there was all those reporters. They should have played the drum fill from In the Air Tonight.
Yeah.
I can be there.
Auckland shops were deceived into handing out Scientology booklets, mistaking them for official COVID-19 pamphlets. So they basically, the books were titled "Stay Well" booklets. And then so they handed them out. So then they were handing them out, going, "Hey guys, everyone, stay well." But then on the second and third page, it was like, "Let me tell you about Scientology."
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, that's their game.
Maybe we should start doing that for our comedy gigs. We should start handing out wellness packages or pamphlets rather, and then start going, this is what you need to do: wash your hands, buy JJ Whitehead's new comedy album.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're in
Yeah.
level 1.
It used to be drinks, right? They'd give you drinks when you went to comedy gigs, so it was the opposite of a wellness package.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. I don't think comedy clubs and stuff are the place to start handing out, any advice on how to get healthier. If anything, the dirtiest clubs on the planet are comedy clubs and strip clubs. Even pre-COVID, none of us were leaving either of those two kinds of clubs thinking, well, I don't need to shower.
Do you reckon that's why there's no comedians have got COVID, because we've got quite a high immune system being exposed to?
Hey man, I think maybe you're onto something. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it's our years of training at gross altitude. All the carpets from the 60s and 70s that we've stepped on, and you still got a little bit of beer foaming up that's been there for 5 weeks.
I think doing maybe 1 year at the Edinburgh Festival in the caves could really just be the antidote.
Those are the kind of you get like ancient diseases that no one gets anymore, like tuberculosis. Like actual witches died down there during the plague.
I got diphtheria. What the I was leaning against a brick wall that felt kind of moist, and now I've been in the hospital. They're going to amputate my leg.
Yeah. I haven't seen a Legionnaire in years, and yet I've got. Ben, do you want to chat us through what you're up to over the next couple of months?
Yeah, so my tour, straight out of lockdown tour, starts this Friday at the Classic, and I'm basically just under the level 2 rules. Of course, you can't have more than 100 people, and everybody has to be distanced and all that stuff, and they have to be seated. So it's kind of perfect for comedy, and so a lot of these venues that I'm doing are music venues, rock bars and places where bands would tour to. But of course, there's no point in having live music because no one can dance. There's no mosh pit, and sitting down cabaret style to listen to, a heavy metal band is not really going to wash. So yeah, I'm doing. There's a campaign called Save Our Venues. So you can go and donate to those venues to keep them going. But pretty much doing all of the Save Our Venues and a whole bunch of other ones as well. My website has got all the links to the tickets, so benhurley.com.
Boom, done. And JJ, I hear that you've released a comedy album, and it's
Yeah,
number one.
can I first just say I'm jealous, Ben, because that does sound awesome. Because I mean, even I'm jealous of both you guys. I mean, I always knew I wanted to live in New Zealand, and I miss New Zealand all the time. It's so awesome. But the fact that you guys are back performing live, which is what we all want to do. I mean, that's killer. Because yes. Speaking of my album, that'll be it from me. That's it from me for the year. So my album, I'm number one on iTunes, and it went live on Spotify like 2 hours ago. I just got an email that it's on Spotify. So I think within the next 48 hours, any of music memberships, whatever they might be, you'll be able to play it and stuff, or order it from iTunes if you want. But that's it. And my album's called Live Before Lockdown. So we are each of those phases. So my album consists of live performances before we entered lockdown, and I'm extremely jealous of Ben Hurley's life because he gets to cut straight out of lockdown now. I miss you guys, so it'd be
likewise, mate. Well, when
I don't know, I'm
hopefully
probably gonna be trapped in America forever, though. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if we get these trans-Tasman bubbles, we could try and put in a request for Nova Scotia and get that.
Yeah, if you guys get one bubble, I'll be straight down to LAX and I'll bubble on over.
Bubble on over. Hey, thank you so much, team.